Christmas is usually a time of great cheer. For Gotham's greatest detective, however, there would be no kissing underneath the mistletoe this year as one crime lord decides to swap 8 maids a-milking for 8 assassins a-killing in Batman Arkham Origins. Set 5 years before Batman Arkham Asylum, Origins features a younger, rougher Batman who has yet to gain the polish of his older, wiser self. This inexperience is put to the test as the villain Black Mask decides to send 8 deadly assassins against our brooding hero. The good news is that young Mr. Wayne can more than handle himself in a fight. Making a return is Arkham's free-flow fighting system complete with multi-hit combos and tide-turning counters. While button mashing can see you through easier fights, you'll ultimately want to use those combos and time your attacks to get damaging criticals against bosses and larger mobs. In fact, I found dealing with large enemy groups harder than the game's bosses, including the final boss fight. This is especially true when facing mobs that sprinkle in gunners, shieldmen, martial artists, venom users, and large heavies in one group. Speaking of boss fights, facing off against the game's super assassins is one of the game's highlights thanks to a diverse offering that makes nearly every boss encounter unique. This includes an epic close combat fight against Deathstroke, for example, a long-range Firefly battle that makes great use of Batman's gadgets, and a few boss fights that rely on using your environment. If you're the type who's more of a lover than a fighter, the game also provides ample opportunity to use Batman's more sneaky tactics. You can choose to pop from a grate for a nice takedown or string up unsuspecting foes from above. Using detective vision also helps you plan your strategy, though note that it can be jammed in certain areas. Meanwhile, a new crime scene mode lets you scan evidence and recreate murders in order to find clues and solve cases. An open sandbox continues to be a key feature of Arkham Origins, which serves up a multitude of subquests. Responding to crimes in progress also allows you to gain extra experience for leveling up Batman's gadgets and abilities. To polish your own skills, challenge modes let you essentially go through tutorials for dealing with mobs or moving more efficiently around Gotham, for example. You can even play them with other characters, including fan favorite Deathstroke. Finish the game itself, and you can play a New Game Plus mode and unlock harder difficulties. Downsides include a camera that can make you lose sight of enemies and throw off your combo timing. Also, while most villains are fleshed out well, there are a few who seem to be thrown in as afterthoughts. Lastly, the game's scope and controls can be intimidating for more casual players or folks who like a more straightforward action game. Despite not having the same sense of freshness as its predecessors, however, Origins is a very well-polished rendition of the Arkham series formula. This means good storytelling, stellar voice acting, tight gameplay, and lots of extra content outside the main story. If you love the previous games, then chances are you'll like Arkham Origins too.